Hi everyone, I'm Matilda. I'm one of the practitioners here at Happy Healthy You, and today I'm going to talk to you about bladder health and some of the common health problems that we hear a lot of the women in our community struggle with. And those are urinary incontinence, painful bladder syndrome, and frequent urinary tract infections. And please know that these common health problems also occur to men. So if you're a man, then this information is going to be helpful for you also. So firstly, did you know that urinary incontinence affect as many as 1 in 4 Australians, and more than 80% of those being women? So it is definitely a problem that we see more commonly in our female population. And today I'm going to share a few tips that might be helpful if this is you, and also ways that you can prevent this. Now, there are many different types of urinary incontinence that interferes with our lives in different ways, but some common signs and symptoms are frequent urination, an urgency to go to the toilet, and also leakage. So leakage could occur any time of the day and night, or it could be something that we call stress incontinence, where this occur more when you are physically active, doing different kinds of physical activities, or when you're, for example, sneezing, coughing, or laughing. No matter what type of incontinence you experience, there are different treatment methods available to help improve your bladder function. Firstly, we want to become aware of our signs and symptoms and when the issues are occurring to us. So perhaps you find that you have to get up more often at night and go to the bathroom. You may experience leakage during physical activity, or perhaps it's just happening any time of the day or a combination of things. So following a bladder diary is going to be really helpful for you to identify the issue. Secondly, we want to be able to train the bladder to hold more fluid. So the bladder should be able to hold 300 to 500 ml of fluid. And if that is not you, then we need to slowly increase our fluid intake and at the same time work on holding the fluid for a bit longer. So this may be that you really avoid those just in case urinations because you want to train your bladder to hold more fluids. We also want to start an exercise program that is going to be helpful for our posture, but also our pelvic floor. So this could be pelvic floor exercises, working on your deep inner core. It could also include breathing practices that are going all the way down to the pelvic floor to improve their function. And then finally, we want to look at our diet and follow a whole foods diet. So this may look different to each person, but overall, we want the foods to be real, whole, clean, and definitely look at including more fruits and vegetables, and also be mindful of foods that are irritating to your bladder. Now let's move on to the second topic that I wanted to address today, and that is painful bladder syndrome. Now, painful bladder syndrome may be something that women experience on the longer period of time because it often mimics symptoms of a urinary tract infection, although an infection is not shown on lab results. So this can be complicated because often there is not a single answer to why this has occurred to you. But the symptoms are painful urination. You may experience pain during intercourse. You could also just experience pain any time of the day in your vulva area. It could be when you're sitting down, doing certain physical activities such as cycling. You may also experience rectal pain and lower back pain. So what we really want to look at here is what is causing this irritation of the nerves and the muscles in this area. So a lot of the time we need to focus on reducing inflammation and also calming the nervous system, because the nervous system is going to react to that pain constantly. So if we can start supporting the nervous system, we can also start to reduce the pain, and then we'll work on reducing inflammation. What can also be really helpful here is to address certain foods that are going to be irritating for your bladder. This may be caffeine, refined sugar, alcohol. It can be spicy food and even citrus fruits to some people. Some women will also experience a histamine sensitivity, and they may feel like their symptoms increase when they consume a histamine high diet. So it's all up to identifying your triggers and then start working on addressing them, reducing them so that you can better manage your symptoms. We can also use certain herbal medicines such as Happy Bladder to help reduce some of these symptoms. Happy Bladder would also help with urinary incontinence because it assists with emptying and filling of the bladder and also tone the pelvic floor muscles. Finally, I wanted to touch on the topic of frequent urinary tract infections, as this is something that we commonly hear women in our community struggle with. And it is a problem that's occurring more often in women than men. And a reason for this could be the hormonal changes that women experience as we reach perimenopause and menopause. So as estrogen levels decline during this time in a woman's life, we can see that it's impacting on the skin integrity of the urinary tract, as well as on the urinary microbiota. So it may be beneficial to include more collagen in your diet, as well as herbal medicines such as happy hormones to support both the skin integrity as well as hormonal balance. Now, there are a few things we can do to reduce the occurrence of infections as well as preventing them. So we want to stay hydrated and also include herbal teas such as dandelion leaf, nettle, marshmallow root, and also pure cranberry juice can really help to stop bacteria from adhering to the urinary tract walls. We also want to be mindful of our sugar and alcohol intake, as these will directly impact on our immune function. Thirdly, we want to nourish our gut microbes, as these will also affect the microbes of our urinary tract. So think more probiotic-rich foods and drinks. You also want to include herbs and mushrooms that are beneficial for your immune system, such as astragalus, olive leaf, and also reishi. And finally, just some hygiene tips to remember. So always wipe from front to back to prevent bacteria from moving from the anus to the urethra. And also make sure that you shower before sex and that you urinate after. So this will also prevent any bacteria from entering the urinary tract. Now that is all the information that I wanted to share with you today, and I hope that you find it helpful. Please know that there are lots of articles on our website where you can dive deeper into these topics and learn lots more. I also want to let you know that you can join our private Facebook group to chat to our team daily. We also offer free 10-minute consultations if you would like to speak to someone on the phone. So please don't hesitate to reach out to our team anytime when you have any questions about our products, programs, and how we can support you.